Hello everybody, I'm back with another video for you today, and now before we get into this video I have a very cool deck for you. I think something I just woke up today and was like, you know what, I need to give it a go, see how that works. I'm sure it will be quite cool, and I'll talk about it in a second, but I just want to make it known that from now on going forward this YouTube channel is going to be essentially documenting me becoming more and more disheveled. As my hair, grows out, my beard comes to fruition. So if that troubles you, I'm really sorry, I apologize, I understand. And yeah, I hope that you're not too offended by what you're going to witness as we go through. It should be quite gradual, so hopefully it won't be too much of a shock for you guys. But with that out the way, let's talk about the deck. I have a Devotion Deadeye ambush deck for you guys today, which obviously people aren't really doing because it's kind of stupid. Why would you do that, right? There aren't really many great devotion cards in scoia'tel at the moment. You've got, Ithne maybe, but no one really plays Nature, Symbiosis, Nature's Gift, whatever. That's old news, right? Well, I'll tell you what, guys. Eldain with Devotion transforms your other artifacts. Wow, that's a really powerful effect, right? Wrong. Actually, it's not. It's pretty terrible because there are only two scoia'tel artifacts actually in the game: Feign Death and Stygia Castle. And I'm not playing Stygia Castle because I'm not a movement deck, mate. So we've got Feign Death in there. Great. We're going to get one extra Deadeye with Eldain because of this devotion, some of the time. Now, to me, that is a worthy price to pay. I can also throw in the Oak Critters, which, not the best card ever, but I'm a fan of these guys. They work well with Rebukes. Get some boosts on there. Otherwise, we've got a 3-trap deck. I like that number of traps. It's a good amount for me. I don't want to overdo it with double crushing. That way you're quite a bit weaker if, people play around that stuff, and I don't know. I don't want to get into it. Point is, 3 is really good for Hattori. We can create a Serpent Trap, Pitfall, Crushing Trap. 3 good traps, mate. None of these are not nonsense incinerating traps, okay? I'm not playing Eorveth's Gambit. I think that card might actually just be a trap, no pun intended, because, it's just a thinning card for 12. It's quite bloody expensive, isn't it? I mean, I don't know. It's not the worst card ever, but we don't want to be pulling traps. Traps are kind of whatever. They're not the best cards ever. They're 6, 7 provisions, so I don't want to tutor those out. I just want to play them. I want to get my Eldain value. And then I want to fucking come in hot with Feign Death, Deadeye Ambush, Vernossiel, damage everything, kill everything. That's the concept. Initially, I was going to play Half-Elf Hunters. I was going to play just even more Deadeyes. Maybe a Stygia Castle, but not sure I can bring myself to do that at this current point in time. Maybe as, the beard grows longer and I lose more of my sanity, then we may stray into that territory. But for now, we've got Elias. I don't know why. Elias in this deck's probably horrible, but maybe it can work with Oak Critters. I just wanted to go pretty crazy with the number of Deadeyes, as you can probably tell. So yeah, we're going to see what happens. Just play some games. Alright guys. This is a conflict as old as time. Elves versus Dwarves. See what we have, what our capabilities are. I have a feeling a lot of my damaging units are going to be pretty useless here. So maybe let's mulligan a few of them. I mean, we've got so many Pyros, we've got Bowmen for days, we've even got Swordmasters. I think I'll get rid of a Skirmisher. Okay, not the best. I mean, not the best hand. We've got a pretty large number of
swords I smile at, weapons laugh to scorn.
Bronzes, I would say. So that's a fair assessment of the situation. By the way, I did actually change.
Eorveth will guide us.
Ooh, okay. A little bit of Locky Elf in a dwarf deck. Interesting.
Let us sing the song of
I
steel.
did swap out miners for skirmishers because I'm just that kind of a guy. I feel like this will work well with Elias. That is yet to be seen, but in theory, it makes sense, right? Okay, we'll get Pyro down. Miners work with Pyros. I don't know. Honestly, the 4s in this deck are they're just 4s. They're not really that important, mate. I don't know what to tell you. You know, we're more concerned about the late game and the trap value and the Vernossiel machine gun killing everything. That hopefully that's what we're going to be concerned with. Should we fire off a little pyro attack here? See if it can hit Marauder. Because if we do hit Marauder, which we don't, never mind. I'll stop the train of thought there. Could actually kill it. Would probably be worth it if they have a second Marauder. Then life could be a bit weird, a bit funky. Now we have the option to kill the chariot if we're lucky enough. I think I'm gonna throw all my eggs into this one basket actually and just bow it up. Bowman, throw out the bomb, hit the guy. Not the best result, but okay. So far we're kind of falling behind a little bit in this round. I can always play a trap, good old-fashioned crushing trap. It's not the best thing ever. Yeah, this is looking pretty grim actually. Probably will have to play an Elias, maybe a Yavin as well this round. Fortunately, Aileron being in hand means, you know, we're not gonna brick that. I think I'll go with Elias now. Oh my god, Freddy Babes, what have you done? Why are you playing the Elias before shooting with the Swordmaster, you incompetent fool?
Oh, you've done it now.
You've done it now, as they say, but at least we're getting a bit more crushing trap value. That was, of course, part of the gamble that we're setting up here. You know, baiting the opponent in, just all intentional. Missing that point to make them think I'm just a really terrible player, which they may be correct in thinking. Yeah, this is looking pretty bad. I'll say that much. But at least we've got a Yorveth, right? He's a cool dude in my book. Yeah, Xavier is not a cool dude. Xavier is not a cool dude in my book. That I'm pretty sure about. But okay, here come our traps. Here's trap numero uno. And we'll get another one. Problem is, they're gonna know we have Aileron on hand. They can probably make our life quite difficult, I want to say. I would go so far as to say the crushing trap may get us out here. We'll see. They can't pass, so we'll chill for now. We will chill. We'll see. Maybe this is enough, right? It's quite a big trap. It's quite a big trap. We've played double guard. Bronzes, only 4 provisions, not the biggest investment, but of course, hopefully that will mean that we're coming towards a bit of a close here in this round 3. Round 3? Oh, whoa, whoa, getting ahead of myself there, a little bit. Ah, oh, thank goodness for that. Alright, let's get out of here. So all in all, not the worst result. Yes, I misplayed, but that's pretty standard stuff. You see, guys, if you spot your misplays, they don't count as misplays. It's fine. As long as you see that you did it, and you point it out, then it doesn't count as a misplay. Just want to let you guys know that. So we're fine. We're all good. Okay, we're a skirmisher. Okay, we've got some elves. I'm not entirely convinced that we're going to draw the cards that we need here. I'm actually not entirely convinced. Could go with a pitfall trap, but I think we need to save the traps for our wonderful friend Eldane. I'm a bit worried. We'll see. Do we have what it takes? 7 cards against a bit of resilient dwarves.
Always willing.
I couldn't tell you. I honestly couldn't tell you. We're about to find out. I have a feeling this might be tough. Dwarves is a pretty sturdy deck. Pretty sturdy indeed. Okay, Feign Death. Ooh, Feign Death Eldane's going to help us out. I'll tell you that. These cards are going to be quite useful. Ooh, okay. Everybody, chill out. I'm going to keep that hand. It's a pretty good hand if I do say so myself, and I do. So we'll hold on to that. Okay, defender's annoying. Defender is most certainly annoying. Could play a serpent trap. Could play a serpent trap if you want to try to kill that, but I don't know that they're going to play a special card immediately here. Could equally play a pitfall trap. I think we're just going to feign death. Is there a reason to do something else first? Maybe we want to get Traps and Eldain out first and then Feign Death. I kind of think that might be the way. You know, maybe we can play Eldain as the second elf after Feign Death, yeah? Oh gosh, this is going to get a little bit scary, a little bit confusing. Let's go Pitfall now. Let's see what they do about that. Let's see how they work with it. Obviously they should now play a weaker unit, but okay, got some Pitfall down. Beautiful.
Alright, that's no problem.
Snipe the gavel! Oh! Didn't happen. Unfortunate, but you know, that would be pretty damn lucky if it if it actually went down in that way, wouldn't it? Okay. A Tory.
Don't leave me here.
Look at that. We get our choice wonderful options here. I'll pick Serpent Trap, but I do think there's an argument to save him for a crushing here, maybe, right? Particularly with that good old... Ooh! We're actually sniping Defender. I think that's good for me. Gosh, I don't even know, actually. It seems okay, doesn't it? Right, Feign Death time, I think. We shouldn't overstack, I think. So I think I'll put this on front and then everything else on back at this point. I think it's going to be okay. We'll see. This is going to be quite interesting, though. There's going to be, of course, Munro or whatever. Bruva. Oh god, Bruva Hoog. Well, we can damage him, so it's not too scary, I guess. I guess we'll damage him now. We'll have to go Eldain. We could also instead just try to damage the armor on the dwarves. Okay, we need to transform this after it's already triggered, right? Otherwise, okay, let's not play Eldain now, that would be kind of silly. Luckily, a Tory is also an elf. Isn't that kind of neat? I think that's kind of neat, personally. So we'll just play Bruva. We'll just hit Bruva, I should say. We'll just hit him.
We shall drive the
they may have a
men
way
into
to,
the sea.
you know, to do stuff here. So I guess next we can go with Isengrim, actually. So we'll go Isengrim. This is getting quite spicy, man. This is getting quite spicy, I'll tell you. I'll tell you right now. I guess we're gonna hit the Bruva, right? But it's a bit Monka Christ. So we've got one on front. I mean, we should have more than enough space here, right? More than enough space. A lot of Deadeyes. A lot of Deadeyes, actually. More Deadeyes than I was thinking we'd actually end up having. Okay, we're ahead. We're tied on points. We're tied on points. They have double Berserker here. So far, we're in the clear. We're in the green. I may have underestimated the anti-synergy that Eldain has with Feign Death, but don't worry, guys. We're gonna we're gonna get there. Okay, it's Yarpen. Beautiful. As long as Bruva's not triggering, I'm quite a happy lad. Quite happy indeed. Alright, Eldain, bada bing, bada boom.
These trees will be your graves.
Oh my, this Vernossiel is going to be monstrous. Albeit, the dwarves do have armor, so they're a little bit resilient. A little bit tanky, but this is, yeah, this is not going to be close. Machine gun Vernossiel! Whoa! Whoa! Beautiful. Okay, wow, I'm amazed. The plan actually worked perfectly. It went off without a hitch. Incredible. We love to see it. So we've proved that elves are better than dwarves. Confirmed, no debate. Alright, let's go to the next game. I gotta say, guys, the Eldain value in this deck even is pretty phenomenal. Like, that card actually can be quite insane. Like, I think I've got a little bit on the meme side here with Devotion. Probably shouldn't do Devotion. But I think without Devotion, this deck actually has some potential as well. Like, just to be so many elves, so many Deadeyes, like, just, you know, elves were already a decent deck, I think, before Eldain was added. I think they just get better from it, right? Let's mulligan Aileron, no messing around, it's an obvious pick, kick it out the hand. I wonder if we can go for some kind of bullying action here, but probably it's not super viable. We have double rebuke. Will that actually be useful? I guess we'll see. See where these safe crackers are at. Okay. I'm fine getting an Oak Critters down, I think, here. We'll play an Oak Critters. Reason being, we want to just get that bleeding ticking. Ready our rebukes. If we want to kill something with a rebuke now, we're open to do it. We get the extra value. We can then go with the pyro. I don't think we're rushing the pyro out in this particular spot. They're probably going to go with justice anyway, right? And you know, have a shielded guy, makes pyro a bit wonky.
Call this one the
But now, you know, maybe they've got a 5 strength unit we want to smack. Not
you've
super
done
likely,
it
but
now.
you know, anything's possible.
All
This is the typical opener for Syndicate, isn't it? So the question is, what is the game plan for this round, really? That's the big question. I think I will try to kill the Safecracker. So we'll set it up to, you know, a nice strength here. This card's actually better than I thought it was. They have buffed it, so it goes to 6 power if it's, you know, damaging and the thing survives. So that's nice. That's something. So now they only have 1 Intimidate engine. That's quite a bit easier to deal with than 2, but I don't even know if we're going to be able to really win the round. We do have a Crushing Trap with Eorbeth, which served us very well last game in round 1. Hoping it can do the same here, but we'll find out, won't we? Okay, we're a little bit behind at the moment. I'll play Pyro, it seems like a weak card that we can get rid of. Can always play Elias for a big point swing, Crushing Trap as well. I'll probably commit Crushing Trap this round. I wouldn't be surprised if we do that. If they go with a monstrous play here, then, you know, we can consider not playing Crushing Trap. But I think in this situation, I mean, we're getting 8 points from it. Is it even enough? Seems like it might not be. I am a little bit, you know, I'm a little bit sad if I have to pass here. I'm a little bit sad about that. We're going to get pushed. We're going to get bled. It's going to be a bit unpleasant. But, you know, then again, my hand is pretty good. My hand is pretty good for defending a push. We're never going to be left completely without Eldane value. We can pull the elves. It might just be fine for us. My one concern really is Cleaver, and dealing with that may be troublesome. But I suppose we always have Serpent Trap. Let's get out of here. I don't think we can take it in 2. We've played 3 pretty weak cards, 4 pretty weak cards even. You know, and typically against Syndicate, it's just the way of things that you lose round 1. They're playing that Novigrad Injustice for pretty disgusting amounts of points, honestly. Alright, let's get rid of Pyro. Got Pitfall, that's good. Do we take a risky mulligan here? I think we do. There's quite a lot of cards we'd like to see at the moment. Vernossiel is one of them. It's a good one. Helps us certainly later on. There's a Cleaver, okay. Gonna be difficult to deal with this guy. That's for sure. So what's the play? We don't even have Serpent Trap here, which is a bit spooky. It's a bit spooky indeed. So the question is, can we get enough units to kill this guy just a good old-fashioned way, right? I don't know. I think we're going to have to go with a Pitfall here, just to damage the Cleaver's muscles so that we have the option for Crushing Trap. Do we do that straight away? Well, there's the possibility that Rebuke could set up a kill on Cleaver, depending on what they do. This doesn't give a unit to them to interact with, so they might not go with another crime. So maybe Cleaver will take enough damage to be killed by Rebuke. I think I'm going to go for Pitfall Trap. We could also do a Crushing Trap for, you know, similar reasons, but I think Pitfall's good here. I like Pitfall. They could just Heatwave this. They could do that. That would be kind of annoying, but then I think we would have probably just forced to go with Crushing at that point. We can't really allow Cleaver to just get uncapped value here. Need to try to limit that if we can. Ooh, Shakedown's pretty bad news. That's kind of the one card you really hate to see there. But there won't be another Shakedown, right? So I think now Crushing Trap looks pretty nice. We can hopefully now kill the Cleaver. That's the aim here. Just want to get that shit off the board, man. That guy is he's a mean dwarf. With all those muscular men around him. But hopefully he won't get any more value. Hopefully all the other crimes are interacting with units. Nope, they're playing Smuggler. Oh gosh, that's pretty traumatic. That is kind of the definition of trauma in Gwent. Well, not much more for me to do other than play, I guess, oak critters. We're just going to have to do this genuinely the old-fashioned way. We're going to just have to brute force this round, I think. We're going to play Eldane, we're going to play Elves, we're going to play Yavin, probably. Hopefully we can hold on to our really good stuff, our Feign Death and whatnot, and that'll be our finisher. The opponent could just take a pass here and they'd be chilling, but presumably they don't particularly want to just give up all that cleaver value. Of course it's only Intimidate 2 at this moment, which is quite good news. Could certainly be worse for us. This is just... it's very annoying that they have shields, isn't it? I think we will go Elias at this point. I think that's the play. Just to make sure we have that unit to kill, because if they're going with another payday or some kind of crime that kills the critter, then of course trouble is going to be had. We're very far behind in points at the moment, but you know, what can you do? We could get there in 2 if we had to, of course. It would cost us quite a lot to do that. 25 points needed. But, you know, at the same time, like, really, it's this round that's the most scary, isn't it? From the opponent. So we'll play another Crushing Trap, because it's just so much value at this point, guaranteed. And we're going to go for Eldane, we're probably going to go for, you know, we may do Vernossiel front, I don't know how it's going to go. With some leader charges, we might have to do that, but at least we're damaging the shields off the muscle. Somewhat okay, isn't it? What are we going to get here? Philippa. Okay, it's fine. It's another big play.
I'll never be imprisoned again.
I mean, believe it or not, guys, this is actually somewhat good for us. Somewhat good for us. We have to wait another turn here, which is a bit awkward. So I think I'll just go with a Rebuke. Oh god, it is quite a weak play. I think we're just playing the slow game at this point. I think we're just playing the slow game. So we've got to get that Eldane value. The opponent can make a pass here. It's pretty brutal. At least we still have a leader though, and they don't. So, I mean, they have some kind of a leader, right? But not as scary as it could be.
Allow me to play you an elven folk tune.
Let's just chill for now. We don't need to pull our Aileron just yet. We can do that for a little burst of tempo at the end to push the opponent off of our backs here. The tunnel drill at this point is pretty weak. It's not the best thing ever, so playing that may have actually been a mistake by the opponent. Obviously they just want to go for the 2-0, right? That's what they're really after. I do think we're going to have to commit our leader and probably everything. Let me do some maths. I don't know if I can be bothered to do maths. This is 11, this is like a lot actually. I think we can keep leader actually. If we go Vernossiel here, we can deal 10 plus 11 is 20 plus 5, yeah. We don't need to use more leader charges. Vernossiel, and we go Yavin, and that should be enough. So we'll hold on to leader value a little bit, thankfully. So actually not too bad of a result for us there, despite getting into a pretty horrible position with Cleaver. You know, he's not a friendly chap. Will we have much for round 3? That's the question. We could just be drawing into bronzes. We may have, you know, we may have something going on. Okay. Isengrim, not too hot here. Hattori is a great option to have. I think I might get rid of Trap. I may just get rid of Isengrim because he's actually quite weak. The one thing is if we draw into Scenario, he becomes quite a bit stronger, but I think I'll get rid of him. And then Swordmaster. Okay. Alright, so I think we're just gonna go. Oh gosh, what do we play here? This is a very interesting round 3, isn't it? Okay. They may finish with a Gourd or something, which is quite spooky. I suppose we can go Hattori Pitfall as our first card. I kind of wish I kept the Swordmaster now, actually. Oh goodness, okay, I guess we go Hattori. I mean, it's obviously Hattori is the best card here, right? The question is, do we go Serpent Trap and try to play an ambush? I think we do, actually, because I mean, it can't really go wrong, right? They're going to play a unit here. Oh, there, it went wrong.
You're safe to be candid.
It went wrong, guys. Serpent Trap, no value, 0 value here. Oh gosh, oh no, that's bad news. That's certainly bad news. I didn't expect them to play a special card because I was figuring probably those interacting with units, right? But okay. Oh gosh, Bowman now or Hattori? That's kind of a key question. I guess we Hattori and we'll see what happens here. But I fucked that up, really, didn't I?
Don't leave me here.
I fucked that up in some way, but it's okay. That's alright. Go Pitfall. I should probably be placing this a bit differently so the opponent thinks I'm, you know, I've got stuff. So Skewer Tooth. Okay, that's really good for us. I mean, I say really good. It's good for us because we kill it. We do get value from the trap. Problem is,
You're dead already.
the opponent's probably going to have more points than us now, right? With a gourd. They don't need very much. 13 points. That trap definitely let us down there. Jacques. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I definitely, yeah, I'm not sure on the sequencing there. I'm not sure on keeping Serpent Trap at this stage either. That was probably just a mistake. But I think that situation, like, getting to that point is impressive. It's a feat in itself. But yeah, probably fucked that round 3 up. What can you do? Let's go again. Of course. Skellige. Wouldn't be a video without a little bit of Blaze of Glory. Wouldn't be truly representative. So we'll play against our good Viking friends. See what we can do. You know, mulligan a skirmisher, sure. Mulligan another skirmisher, sure. Mulligan a bowman, why not? There's probably good reason not to mulligan the bowman actually, but we'll let that slide I think here. Pyro going to be a pretty good opener. Blue coins. Have we been all on blue coin today? We haven't been able to abuse Serpent Trap to its full extent. You can do double Serpent Trap on red sometimes. That can be pretty disgusting, right? Alright, Pyro is on the board. 4 strength engines. Get out of here. Not going to happen here, mate. No allowed on the board, I'm afraid. We can go Swordmaster, boosted up. Should be a pretty decent, you know, defensive force. Little sort of expeditionary army here. Gonna scout around, gonna smash up some of the boats. I don't know, sabotage, pyrotechnician, bomb, terrorism. We're playing the terrorist faction right now. You love to see it. Insurgency, guerrilla warfare. A little bit of XCOM. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Blood for foul blood!
We've got a Blood Eagle. Interesting play. This guy thinks that my pyrotechnician is scared of death. Thinks he's afraid of death. This guy's he's gonna meet with his fate. No questions asked. Gonna kill this Brockvar hunter. Okay. Never lucky.
May your sword and arm be one.
That was useless. You had one mission, mate. It's this guy. He's the VIP. Brockvar hunter is the target, not this fucking Vabiorn guy. But oh well. Obviously that's quite a bit worse for us, but happens. Sometimes your saboteurs, they just really don't know what they're doing. They're kind of new on the job and they don't really know where they're going, who they're hitting, what they're blowing up. They just do it. So we'll have to live with the consequences of that. I think part of that will involve playing some oak critters here. May have to commit an Elias, unfortunately. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Could do a Call of the Forest. Could go for something something here. It's definitely like bad not having an Aeromancy, right? An Aeromancy is such a key card, and since we're Devotion, we don't get to run it, which isn't great. It's not the best news. Gosh, what do we play here? There's just not a lot I'd want to play with my cool, so I think we go with an Elias and try to get out of here. I think we just try to escape the round. I'm a little bit afraid of Blaze of Glory stuff later, but they're going to have to push into me if they want to deal with my elves, right? We've got a really good hand. So I think we'll just commit Elias and then get out of here. He's good, but he does require you to actually have some kind of synergy with him to kill a unit, right? So we can now mulligan our Oak Critters away, we can mulligan away Skirms. That's not going to be too much of a problem. Should have a very powerful long round with double Crushing Trap if we were to go into it. I think our bleed resistance is there. We can drop maybe an early Feign Death or something and gain card advantage that way. Oh, opponent, what are you doing?
Cunning play.
Cunning play indeed. What are you doing, Mr. Sir? So we're guaranteed to be long round now. That's, oh, okay. Whoa, okay. What are you doing? This is not how you play Gwent. Mate. This is not Gwent the Witcher card game. You cannot pass when... Oh no. This is Pro Ladder, by the way. Goodness me. Goodness gracious me. Alright, Rebuke can go, that can go. I probably shouldn't even be mulliganing because Aileron is a possibility, but I did want to find a few more traps and a few more bits and bobs with the Eldane, the Isengrim. As many parts of the puzzle as we can gather. But that is shocking. The tie is the worst play you can possibly do. Basically, there's pretty much nothing worse you could do than tie the round there. So I'm a little bit disappointed in my opponent. I was hoping they'd do a little bit of a better job here, but what can you do, right? I'll play Pyro. Maybe just play 3 Crushing Traps because we've got a decently lengthy round here. There should be quite a few units on the opponent's side of the board to crush them up. You know, the one thing I do like about playing scoia'tel with the Tavern border, whatever, border is the wrong word. It really makes you feel like you're a scoia'tel insurgent fighter, you know, just in the tavern. Very realism, like big realism, you know. I'd much rather this than playing in the forests and setting traps in it. No, you want some bar traps, you know, like some guy drinks his beer and then suddenly a fucking trap springs and he gets smacked by a Crushing Trap. That's what I'm here for. That's a key aspect here. I mean, I don't even know why I'm showing you this game at this point. This is pretty much a done deal, right? Yeah, the opponent is a card down. I've got everything I need. I think we can just call it a wrap here potentially. I'll kill that because why not? But you know, why? Well, I can also just show you the crushing, the crushing win, You like it? I can sit here. I can joke around a little bit. I can try to be entertaining. Fail miserably, maybe. Whatever. We're just gonna see it out to the conclusion. I'm gonna commentate very seriously from this point onward. So, what's the opponent got? They've got Ice. Ice is a scary play. We may run into difficulty. That Blaze of Glory leader for 5 points, killing an elf. Very strong. Yutta from the graveyard. Incredible place. Greatsword is on the board. This card is nasty. It's a nasty card. They're always telling me, you gotta watch out for Greatsword. It's a nasty card, Mr. Freddy. Be careful around that guy. I hear you loud and clear, sir. But I'm gonna play Feign Death at this point.
Do you hear?
3-point commando, not you know, not super elite unit here. Kind of bit of a shitty commando. Just hiding in the bush, gonna get absolutely wrecked any second by a scoia'tel or some kind of Skellige guy is gonna spot this and just be like, nah, we don't want that. Longship, okay, it's acceptable. It's acceptable. This commando is dying. It's gonna have a short life, I think. But Crushing Trap's looking fantastic. I think I'll play one now because we do have to play another with Eorveth, so there's kind of no reason to wait on this too long, otherwise we'll end up having a bit of an awkward Eldain play. If we are going to play Eldain, I don't know. Oh god, am I actually playing on front row as well? I don't know. We might have to play on back. It's a bit weird, right? We don't want to overstack, but we also want to make sure Yavin gets value as much as possible. Shouldn't be too much of an issue to get that going. I gotta tell you though, I love that Hattori is an elf. That makes my life so... It just feels good, right? That all these trap cards are elves as well. Like, really makes you feel like you're an elf guy. Maybe I should even play more elves in this deck. Try building it without devotion and see how it works. And now I've got a lock
Haven't got all day.
on a pyrotechnician. Interesting play there, mate. That pyrotechnician can literally never fire again, but he is locked, so the chance of him firing it even lower now is really having a bit of a bad time, I think. I do believe Hattori is the play now. We'll just create some kind of trap, pitfall, I guess.
For the daisy of the valley!
Just make some traps, be a bit of a douchebag elf. I've got kind of too many units on this row now, maybe. Arguably. We'll see. Crushing trap. Don't know if we'll play 2 of those or 2 pitfalls. We'll find out, I suppose, here. Opponent's going to have to play around every trap under the sun. So that's good for us. They do have quite a lot of points because it's Skellige. You gotta remember that. We're not out of the woods. I mean, we're literally in the woods. We are elves in the woods, so we're quite literally not out of the woods. And in fact, we don't want to be out of the woods. That would go against our strategy. I feel like a little bit. Let's go with another pitfall. I think pitfall is. I mean, yeah, it's probably more value here than the alternative. We're looking pretty good here. We're looking pretty good. We got a fair amount of Deadeyes after this Eldain play. It looks like Eldain's got to be the way, right? It's got to be the way. Should probably have played a leader charge so we can get Ailerin out, but it's not really a rush. We're gonna go with Eldain and then. God, I love Eldain. It's such a sweet card. Such a lovely little card in this deck. Just slides in there, doesn't it? Something about the art as well that's just really incredible. Just like speaks to me in some way. Oh! Great Sword got sniped, along with basically their entire board. So yeah. Feels bad to be a Skellige guy, I guess. Oh, that's a pretty big one. Oh, that's a okay. We may be in trouble here, actually. Oh, okay. That's yeah, that's quite a lot of points. It's okay. We're gonna have machine gun Vernossiel at the end to pull us out here. So I'm not too concerned. I'm not too worried. It's a pretty big play. I guess they got Yutta in hand as the final guy.
These trees will be your
this is just such a disgusting amount of points,
We will
man.
take back what was stolen.
And we only played 1 trap and then, like, what, 2 traps? We played 2 traps in this round, and this guy is like 1,000,000 points.
Cunning play.
Love it. Cunning play.
Arm at last.
1,
Time for you to die,
2,
Ailerin has shown us the
3.
way.
This guy now. Fire. Fire everything. Oh, that's so good. I love it. I love it. Not a very close one, but obviously they had 1 less card. I think it's fair to say in the long rounds we have Skellige beat. Do we have them beat in the short rounds? Who knows? Let's go for 1 last game. Okay, more Syndicate. Time to redeem ourselves, I think.
I'm a dwarf for business.
Can we do it? Can we show him who's the real boss? It's not Cleaver, mate. It's the elves. Alright. Skirmisher, I'm good. To Mulligan. Yep. Ailerin out of there. Got some Swordmasters. This is a deck we can't really punish too hard with Serpent Trap unless they go crazy and like Crystal Skull, something that's already pretty juicy target. It may be difficult for us to, you know, to get a huge amount of value going. with that. So if we don't find that, we're probably going to take the loss this round and just try to, like, really the key is the Serpent Trap on Cleaver. If we can have that as an answer to Cleaver, I think our deck outpoints theirs. But if Cleaver goes unanswered, then we have trouble. We do have trouble. Neuromancy. Furco. So that's pretty much already already confirmed that we're not going to be winning this round.
Next time it'll be personal.
Yeah, it's too many points. This is it's a little bit too many points here, I'm afraid. Play Swordmaster.
Swords I smile
Let
at,
them kill that.
weapons laugh to scorn.
Just let them eat some cards. We don't want them to get too many coins. That's the key here. The more carryover they have, the nastier it will be in round 2. The more difficult to protect ourselves. But we're going to be... Ooh, that's not very nice. That is quite unfriendly, actually. There's some critters. I suppose there's a world in which we could Serpent Trap, kill the Safecracker, and go along, you know, go on our merry way. Have a great time, but I'm not sure it's happening. Not sure. I like this coin, by the way. It's quite aesthetically pleasing. It's a lot of coins. So we've kind of already failed in our mission to dodge the opponent's carryover. But that's just the way of life sometimes. Sometimes you can't do a whole lot. But we're doing our best. We're trying our best here. We may actually commit Swordmaster as well. Depends what they go with. At this point, we're not really worried about giving them any more carryover. It's probably not going to be a concern. Ooh, blacksmith.
On that, we find ourselves in agreement.
They're going to spend? I'm going to spend 1, 2... Okay, interesting. Play Swordmaster then, we'll see. They might get 1 extra carryover from this, but they may also spend some of those coins. They may also play a good card, you never know, right? We'll find out. Find out what's happening. Our hand is looking very good, like the Eorveth on Serpent Trap is a really nasty combination that we can potentially go with. Can deal with a lot of tool units if everything goes well. Oh, look at that! Look at that! That's beautiful. Why are they spending all those coins? I will never know. But sometimes you just... Ah, that's why. They want the bloody good fun. Well, sometimes you've got to give the opponent an opportunity to misplay, guys. And there it is. That is the misplay. No carryover for them now. They had all the carryover in the world and now they have none. And we allowed them to make that mistake. So I think our position is about as good as we could hope for here, honestly. If we can't come away from this with a win, then I'm afraid this deck may just be very unfavoured against Syndicate. I think the bleed is always going to come in here, so I will get rid of Rebuke, I think, as well. It's a bit scary, because we have Aileron in the deck. Every mulligan is scary in that universe, in that world. We always see Cleaver, like we so often do in this round too. Let's find out. There's a Neuromancy, that's a big card. There's Azar, that's okay, pretty annoying. Pretty annoying to get through. We may have to commit a Feigned Death here. How do we feel about that? How do we feel about it? We could actually just go with Oak Critters to deal with one of these. I think that's a pretty worthwhile idea. Pretty decent suggestion. I could also Crushing Trap to deal with this. That might be the best way, actually. Let's go with the Crushing Trap. Let's go with the Crushing Trap. Just make life a bit weird for them, right? Deal with that defender, make sure we can get through to the vital components, the key cards, if we need to do that, which I'm not sure we will. Question is, what is the card now? What do we play now? It's not that convenient. Not that convenient. Oof, oof, oof. I may have played myself here a little bit. Could play Serpent Trap. I mean, it's going to get some decent value, right? Yeah, I don't know. It's a bit weird. I guess we play Serpent Trap. It's either that or Feign Death, right? I guess Feign Death is okay as well, since we're now able to get a card from them if... yeah, I like Feign Death. I like it. I like it as a play. I'm going to put it on back row though.
Slowly. Carefully.
Now if they pass, we do get a card from them, so... It seems like a fair trade. Feign Death for a card. If they play on, we're most likely fine to... you know, yeah, we should just be fine, right? That's a perfectly okay card for them to play. I think just Oak Critters now is the obvious one, right? It does turn off Commando, which is a bit sad, but not much we can do about it. Can then go Elias as our next play. I think we're feeling quite good here. We got the Heat Wave, that was always going to happen, so pretty fine to make that trade in this particular round, just in order to... Ooh. Could make life really weird for them if we play Serpent Trap here. What do you think about it? I quite like just slamming a Serpent Trap. What about Eorveth into Serpent Trap? Ooh, that's some gnarly stuff. That's some gnarly stuff, isn't it? Or Hattori? I think I like Eorveth into Serpent Trap actually the most. This feels like a pretty disgusting play, honestly. Because they may well think this is a Crushing Trap, right? They may have it in their mind as a Crushing Trap. And if we get Serpent value here, I think game is over. The game is essentially over at that point. Okay, there's Kurt.
The flames of righteousness do not scorch the innocent!
Fair, all is fair so far, so what's the play now? Like, we would love to be able to get out of here without... without committing the... what's her name? Aileron. So maybe let's just go Elias on to our Eorveth. How does that sound? It's kind of a bit weird, isn't it? Would allow us to keep Aileron in the deck. But it's a bit weird and wonky. It's a bit weird and wacky. Tricky. Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. Guess what, Elias? I think this play is fine. It's weird. I know it's weird, but... Like, they still get the coins, and I'm well aware of that, but I'm just trying to keep the Aileron in the deck. Keep those points there. It's essentially carryover. They can't play any special cards now, by the way. That's gonna kill your Sea Jackal, mate.
Looky here, if it ain't simply in
Goodbye, Sea Jackal. That was a pretty short-lived life. Now, they aren't out of it by any means. They still have a Cleaver on the board. But this is quite a lot of their, like, big late-game stuff gone, so I'm kind of feeling okay. Interestingly, Crushing Trap would allow them a pass, which is a bit weird for me. It's a bit weird. We could just go Yavin. We could even kill the Cleaver if we're worried. I'm not worried about running out of points here or the opponent having more than us. So with that in mind, maybe we should go with something that's not too much of a commitment. Tricky. Gosh, this is such interesting situations this deck puts us in, isn't it? Very, very, very interesting. Maybe let's just Crushing Trap. Kind of feels like the weakest play that I can make here, but I don't know. I'm gonna do it. See if they see what they do. Just see what they do. Puts them in a bit of a weird spot, right? Okay, bloody good fun. Fine. Fine. Absolutely fine. Alright, now I think we'll commit the Eldane because it's getting a little bit spooky. We're running out of traps. So Eldain probably won't be too good later. So I'll spring the Crushing Trap and go for the Eldain now. It's probably worth springing it on this row, even though it's not doing much. There we go.
What are you
So
doing?
now we'll get our Aileron up. Now that they've shortened the round, I'm okay with it. We've got rid of the Crushing Trap, which is a weak card. And we should be okay. Still got some power left if we need it. Can always play Isengrim if we absolutely, you know, it's completely necessary, but the really tricky card to get out was Crushing Trap, because it was always going to be a bit awkward in this round, and even next round, so just glad that we got rid of it now. Of course, we didn't want to play it again, but I wanted to do the little bamboozle effect, and, you know, kill the Sea Jackal with the Serpent Trap, right? Okay, I guess we're just playing Yavin. No problems, right?
We were not the
What a chill round, what a chill time. I think this game's gone a lot better than the first one against Syndicate. But I also did botch it a little bit, I think. I think this matchup's not too bad. We also were missing the Serpent Trap in round 2 in that game, which was quite bad for us. I think we didn't even have Hattori or anything, so you really need a Serpent Trap, I think. God, it's so nice being able to Eorveth it and Hattori for it. Like, you have so much potential tool removal without necessarily having it. Like, it's kind of there, available to you if you need it, and only if you need it. Okay, hand's pretty good. I think I'll keep it. Hand's pretty fine. Now, obviously, we don't have a huge amount of Elven Deadeyes, so here we're just going to play a regular Vernossiel. Good old-fashioned regular guy. We always have Hattori into Serpent Trap if they go with like a strong unit on the board on its own, so that's lovely. Lovely to have available. We'll go with Isengrim now.
For the Daisy of the Valley!
I'm just gonna sort of hold on to her to the. We have last say, so there's really no.
The only good human is a dead human.
Don't need to worry about bricking or anything. We can actually maybe last say the Hattori Serpent Trap to just nuke like a Harold Gord or whatever. They're probably gonna have Jacques at the end, but. Orson Jr., alright. It's a unique one. You can kill him, of course. And then we've got the Hattori at the end, which I will most likely use as a Serpent Trap, although we may be getting played a little bit here. Of course, if they have Jacques, then Hattori is not really cutting it. They don't have anything. They don't have what it takes. Pretty good stuff. This deck's performing pretty well. I mean, I'm seeing the argument for the Devotion, the Feign Death, the Eldain. It's working well. It seemed pretty decent. Fun little one. Hope you guys enjoyed. Bit of elf gameplay. Hope you enjoy my commentary as always. Subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.